A very good evening, Dutch bike blogger here. On my way home, finally. It's 30 degrees, but there is some wind, so it makes it a little bit easier. But not much. And as long as I'm driving my bike, it will be okay because I have cooling from the wind, the driving wind. But of course that will stop when I arrive at home. Well, in last video, see link in description box, I promised you a story about the Tyre. I got a flat tire yesterday morning, that is, and also in the afternoon. I will put those links to the videos also in there. Well, I finally got it fixed. Yesterday when I got home, I first of all had a look if I had some gear and stuff and glue to fix my tire. Well, I came to the conclusion that I did not have any glue, at least not glue that was working anymore. It was evaporated and what was left was hardened, so couldn't do anything with it. First of all, I got my bike. Well, it was a small hole in the tire, so I pumped it up again with my bike pump at home and went for a look for a bike shop where I could buy this stuff. First of all, I planned on going to the Onderdelenhuis in the Emmingstraat, but that didn't happen because they, well, were open, but I did not get there because, well, on the end of the Korreweg there is also a little bike shop. My regular bike shop was closed, by the way, so that's why I did not go there. I got some glue, 30 milliliters of Simpson bike repair glue stuff. I paid €3 for it, by the way. And then I returned home, already quite warm because yesterday it was also a warm day. And then the fun part started. Probably gonna title this video "How to Repair a Bike Tire." I will include also another link I found on YouTube with some explanation. It's pretty much the same what I did too. First of all, before I did anything, before I even put screwed down the valve or loosened the valve, the air valve, I checked the outside of my tire. That's the easiest thing when it's still on there, that you check if there's something in your tire or a hole in there. Well, as I suspected, I did find something. A little small piece of glass in a triangular shape, and of course the pointy thing was in the tire. So well, it was quite visible, so I got rid of the piece of glass, then screwed loose my valve, the bike tire valve, and also the little ring on there, little nut, and then let loose of the air, let go of the air what's still in there. And then you get your bike tire iron, in Holland bandenlichter, You put it between the rim and the bike tire, the bottom part, and you lift a little. Then you're able to stick a third tire iron in there. And get some room. By the way, you can choose to hold the tire iron with your hand or loop it behind or hook it behind a spoke. I like to hold them because, well, experience learns when you try to hook it behind a spoke. Sometimes they flip away and you're gonna run after your tire iron again. By the way, tire iron is not very big, it's 10 centimeters or so. It's not like a bike or car iron or something. It's much smaller. Well, and then you loosen something and put the other tire iron between it, and then you can, well, get your tire off of the rim on one side. This time it was the back tire, so I put the part of the tire off on the side that does not have the chain part. There's more room also. Well, then you find the valve. There's also always a hole in the rim where the valve is stuck through. Well, you push it back in the tire and are able to get the tire out. All done with a little bit, well, delicacy and care, so you don't ruin anything. Well, then you get the tire out and, well, let it rest on the side. What I first of all do before I forget is put my hands in the bike tire in the inside and check for if there is still a foreign object in there or something poking through or whatnot. Because if you don't and you get your tire fixed, you put it in there, we will have a hole very soon again. So always check that. So double check outside and inside. Well, then the fun part begins, searching for the hole. Well, what you do is when your tire is out of the the inner tube is out of the tire, you will screw in the valve again. And you lightly pump up your tire, and if you're lucky there is a big hole and you will hear the air flow, and if not, well, you have to get some water in there or on there. That's what I did, some water on where I suspected the leak to be, and yes, I had bubbles, so then I had a little pointy stick from a skew, a cocktail pricker in Dutch, and I poked it through the hole. Of course it immediately widened, but that was the hole. Then you get some sandpaper. First of all, I cleaned my inner tube with a rag, just to get rid of the stuff and things. And getting it to be more decent. I also didn't want to get any black hands, so well, when you prepare the tire, you have sandpaper, you sand it a little bit so it's a little bit more rough and the patch will hold. Normally I use pieces of inner tube that I cut to size, to small circles, and put them on, but this time I used the patches provided with my repair kit. I didn't need a big one, so well, you also put glue on. You put glue on there on the patch. Also, I put a little glue on the tire itself. Not sure if it should be on both sides, but I always do. Then you let it rest for a bit. Well, yesterday was a quite warm day, so it dried. Well, you looked at it. You only have to wait for 5 minutes, but not necessary. So 1 minute or 1.5 was okay. Then I put the patch on the hole in the bike tire. Of course, I first of all pulled out the piece of wood, and then I stuck it on there and pushed it on there and let it rest for a while. In the meantime, I got looking at a hole in the outer side of the tire, in the part what hits the road or where the road is being touched, at loopvlak, the area. Well, there was a hole in there, so what I thought to myself, let's patch the inside of the bike tire, that outer bike tire. Not a tube, I just patched that, but I also glued something down there just to make sure it doesn't poke in again, or maybe a small piece on the same already opened hole. And then I tried to get my inner tube into the tire, which was quite easy to do. You first of all get the valve out, you let loose of the air, or let go of the air, and then put the valve into the rim again, screw it down with a small nut. You pump it up a little bit, not too hard, just that it gets some shape, and then you slowly and easy put it in there in the tire again, in the outer tire, trying to get it in the right direction and not bent or twisted or whatnot. Well, when that's done, you are able to put the tire on again. Never ever do that with a tire iron, because you will have the chance to poke through your tube, your inner tube. I was lucky because, well, the tire was a little bit loose, so I could quite easily fit it over with my hands. But it's some fiddling, but I succeeded. Then of course you have to pump up your tire. Also you have to look if the inner tube is not tangled or anywhere hooked on the outer tire. So when you pump it, you will create a balloon, an exploding balloon that is, so be careful. Well, I pumped it up, some work to do that, but finally it was up to, well, hard again. I pumped up, then I let the bike stand for a while and check in a few hours if it was still okay, if I'd done the right job. Apparently I did, because it's still working. But that is how you fix a tire. Like I said, I will provide you with a link to a video I saw on YouTube with exactly what I'd done, so you have an idea. I actually didn't feel like patching it. I hate patching bike tires. But this was, well, fairly easy. I have to say, yesterday it was warm, but not as incredibly warm as today, so it was a little bit more fun to do so, and there was also a little bit more wind. But I succeeded finally. Over 2 years, no tire that broke, so really nice. Well, thank you for watching and driving with me. Please like and subscribe, and yeah, like I said, check the description box. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time. Have a great day and be safe out there.